Hey, it's GW coming to you live once again. Our video pick for tonight is Paul Walker's Running Scared, directed by Wayne Kramer. Before I get into the review, there's a few things that you ought to know about this film. One, this is not your typical action movie. This movie goes into very dark places and is probably not suitable for probably anyone to watch. The other thing is, this movie has to be watched at least 3 or 4 times to figure out what exactly is going on. The basic idea is Paul Walker's character is named Joey Gazelle. Now, Joey Gazelle is either an undercover cop who works for the mob or a member of the police force who's straight and narrow. You really can't tell, but what the story entails is that in the beginning there is a very bloody shootout. Chaz Palminteri is also in this movie as a mob boss. A gun used to kill a cop is taken from Joey's home by the neighbor kid whose parents are Russian and basically are the typical... The word dysfunctional is light when you talk about these people. Like I said, this movie goes into very dark places, and soon it becomes a Alice in Wonderland type movie. Instead of trying to find the end of the rabbit hole, you're going deeper into hell with every scene. The one thing that will stand out to you is how graphic this movie is. On the special features, Wayne Kramer actually said that he misses gritty movies like this. From what I have seen, I don't think Wayne Kramer has directed anything since, which he probably left his mark and got out of the film game. The other thing that you will remember is the black ice hockey rink shootout. And I'm telling you, it is one of the most graphic scenes that I have ever seen as far as action goes. The other thing that stands out is the way this movie's shot. Some of the characters that you encounter in this film play like demented Alice in Wonderland characters, as I said previous. When you watch the movie, it is really hard to figure out what's going on. The tagline says, make Kill Bill look like Sesame Street, and in fact, it does. It does. There is over probably 250 uses of the F word. There's graphic violence, dismembering, heads being blown off with shotguns. There is scenes with involved children. There's a couple, I'm going to explain that scene with the children. There is a serial killer, 2 serial killers you actually see in the movie who make children do crazy things, and it's an uncomfortable scene. The one person that steals the spotlight other than Paul Walker's character Joey Gazelle is Vera Farmiga. Vera Farmiga plays Paul Walker's wife, and when the Russian boy, there's a sequence in the movie where the Russian boy calls her, and she actually becomes, I would say, a Lara Croft type person, ready to jump out into this dark world. I really can't tell you to rent this or not rent this. What I will say is if you do watch it, it punches you in the gut, knocks you off your chair, and basically steps on your throat. This movie throws things in your face that, since I have never seen on film. This is also, like I said, not the Paul Walker Fast and the Furious. He's a gritty, dark character who just basically wants his gun back. The action sequences are filmed, pretty much in very intense manner and fashion. And like I said, you're taking a gamble when you run with this. If you're used to Fast and Furious and you don't want to play it safe, I would not rent this. However, if you're looking for something that'll knock you down and throw you across the room, Running Scared is definitely that. I have seen a ton of movies, and few shock me and few are memorable as much as this film. Roger Ebert actually gave this thing, 5 stars, and said it was the most intense, memorable action film of the year. Like I said, though, the plot is a little convoluted because you do have to watch this film a number of times to really figure out what's going on. It starts with, and the movie too takes off like a kid on hot bricks. Basically, in the beginning, the shootout sequence leads to, what you think is going to be a nice normal night at Paul Walker's apartment, Joey Gazelle's apartment rather, turns into being the longest night of his life. And basically Wayne Kramer does a good job of not losing the tempo. I really, like I said, cannot say enough about how graphic and in your face this movie is. So if you want to take a gamble, rent or check out Running Scared. It is one of my favorite films only because it dares to be different. It dares to throw things in your face that really have not seen film in a long time. Other filmmakers have not used the same techniques Wayne Kramer has, and they probably won't show the same things Wayne Kramer has. So you get the DVD, you also get, storyboards, that's a bonus. You also get a conversation with Wayne Kramer, and telling you how he misses the gritty graphic films that, he relied on as a kid. The other thing that's interesting about this movie is that I think I bought a copy of a Jet Li film. I think it was Fearless. And I think they gave you the first 15 or the first 10 minutes of this movie free. I never checked it out. But it was a good marketing tool. It made you want to go to the theater and see this, which this is one I really would love to go to the theater and see. I would love to see people's reaction as situations that you dare not speak of are thrown up on the screen and Paul Walker has to deal with them. So, like I said, if you're feeling daring, Running Scared, and it does live up to all the hype. The downside is, like I said, Wayne Kramer is not afraid to throw things in your face. The Black Ice Hockey Rink Shootout is a classic film, or classic segment in this film, and it's probably going to be the most memorable because Paul Walker gets hit in the head with a puck going 90 miles an hour. And just the way the blood pulls out of his head, the way that scene is shot will stick in your head. Running Scared is not for the faint of heart, but like I said, if you're feeling daring, definitely start running. GW out.